Buff Nation, what up? BWB, my bandwagon buffs. What it do, what it does, and what it's gonna be. It's your man's Harry Billion. My voice is still a little groggy. Happy Monday, happy February the 6th, 2023. I know you're gonna start your week off with a wonderful day. My numbers are pretty impressive given the time that I started uploading videos to this channel, but there's still a lot of people that are watching the content and not subscribing. I definitely like growing. I definitely like subscribers. If I'm helping you out, then help me out to continue to do this. If you can please hit that subscribe button, I'll very much appreciate it. You help me, I help you. Make sure to give me the thumbs up. If you like the videos, guys, please share it with your friends. Please hit that bell notification so that you don't miss any of my uploads. Please remember that we have an Amazon storefront that sells Coach Prime and Buffalo's merch. Link you'll see right there on the screen. Okay, that's enough business. Let's work. So with 207 days left until kickoff, who we gonna kick off to? To flip the coin comes down and lands and it says heads. That's us. We win the coin toss. Who's gonna be our captain? We don't know yet. Coach hasn't put the team together. But you know who put the team together? They're one of the most reliable source for my information that I give to you guys. And they're not sponsoring me, but I can give them a little shout out. Most of the stuff I get from The Wire comes from them. My guy even watches some of my videos, okay? Tony Casolo, he watches some of my videos. I mean, come on now. If somebody's gonna show you some love, you might as well show them some love. Colorado Buffaloes Wire.usatoday.com. Go to the site, read the information they got. They're always releasing dope stuff. I feel like I'm a family member. Tony Casolo and his staff over there, I really appreciate you. Namaste. Thank you very much. Without you guys, a lot of my content would not exist. So you go visit them. Let me go ahead and go to them right now so that I can give you this information. Let's go to The Wire. Predicting Colorado Buffaloes 2023 offensive starters. This one is written by Tony Casolo. We have already released our way too early game-by-game predictions for the next season, but what would the 2023 Colorado Buffaloes actually look like? An overhaul of the Buffs roster has brought in over a 40 transfer class of 2023 high school signees. Now we're here to give you our best guess on which players from that group will be getting playtime next season. First up, we're looking at the offensive side of the ball. Buffaloes fans are excited about what head coach Deion Sanders and the offensive coordinator Sean Lewis can do to improve what has been a rough spot for CU in recent years. Here's who I predict will start for the Buffs on offense. Quarterback, that one should be obvious, guys. Come on. Nepotism is all good over here. All right, so this one is a bit of a no-brainer. Shedeur Sanders will be lining up as the starting quarterback next year for the Buffaloes, giving them the most talented option at QB since Steve Montez. The only question is, who will his backup be? I expect the Buffaloes to pick up a veteran backup during the post-spring transfer portal. We have a few quarterbacks that's already on that list, but we need a veteran. We need somebody who can step in and provide some type of veteran option in case something happened with Shedeur. I'm not going to say that other bad thing, because you know what I'm saying. Just in case he gets hungry, got to go back to the locker room, we need a replacement. Coach said this in his press conference. When the transfer portal opens up again, there's no secret about this. Coach has already put everybody on notice. The janitor and the brooms are going to come out during that spring portal because we're going to be cleaning up again in that spring portal. Because in the springtime, when the teams have already been established, positions have already been chosen, guess what? There's going to be a few players that feel like they can play or they can ball out, but they're riding the bench. Because what you have to understand is there's going to be juniors and seniors that are playing. Most of them have priorities. They got NFL priorities that's coming up. Coaches know that and they understand that. So a lot of the underclassmen probably not going to be playing. They're going to be sitting around feeling unappreciated, feeling some kind of way. And you know what? The first thing they're going to do, they're going to remember Coach Prime saying, I ain't too hard to find. Any of you players, or from the Alabamas, from the Georgia Bulldogs, from the Florida Gators, any of the Miami players, if you're feeling unappreciated, we want you to play for us. So hopefully we get a veteran quarterback in that spring portal and we get them to come over here. So the next player we got is the running back. Who you think going to be the running back for the Buffaloes come the 2023 season? Tony said the running back is going to be Kavasier Smoke. Kavasier Smoke, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, that dude scares me. I look at that dude like, I ain't saying he hood. It's that one dude in the projects that when you look at him, you're like, I'm gonna cross the street because I don't want this problem. Smoke give me that kind of vibe, like he looks scary. I'm not a small dude, so like not many people scare me. Yeah, he look like one of those dudes I don't want to see in the hood. So I know Smoke is going to be a problem on that field. My black people understand what I'm saying, but white people, he ain't hood, okay? So calm down. So K-Smoke, the Buffs are going to have a committee of backs carrying the rock next season. Deion Smith, Anthony Hankerson, and freshman Dylan Edwards will all be involved, but Kentucky transfer Kavasier Smoke will be the first up. Smoke has shown big play potential and the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield as well as being a willing blocker. Those are the type of backs that you want, man. You're going to be throwing some blocks out there to make sure that we get some runs down the field. We got wide receiver. So wide receiver, we have Montana Lamonius Craig. And guys, if I mess up your name, I apologize. Please charge that to my public school education. Please don't charge it to my heart. The first player from last year's squad to be featured is wide receiver Montana Lamonius Craig. LMC has shown some big play ability in his first 2 years at CU and will be a reliable target for Shedeur Sanders. And also we have Jimmy Horn Jr. Jimmy Horn Jr. is transferred out of the U.S. will be an explosive addition to CU's roster next season. The 5'10", 175-pound speedster will return kicks, get some carries on jet speeds, and will be able to take the top off any defense on next year's schedule. We also have Jordan Tyson. Jordan Tyson's season was cut short last year after suffering a lower leg injury on November 6th against Oregon. If he is able to come back healthy, he will hold down the other starting spot on the outside. Tyson exploded onto the scene last season and will only be better with a talented quarterback slinging him the ball. All right, so tight end, we have Sadu Traore, a.k.a. Zico. Now, I think I'm starting to get his name right, Traore. Go to Zico Suave's YouTube channel, guys, and support that man's channel. Sadu Traore brings a receiving element to the tight end position that Buffs have not seen around here for a long time. The 6'4", 210-pound freak will force defenses to defend the middle of the field next season. That's right. When you have a great tight end, that tight end can create a lot of problems for the defense because the defense will always have to be guessing. They're usually used for blocking, but the tight end, while you got those speedsters like Jimmy Horn Jr. and all of those other speedsters running down the field, that tight end is going to be sitting around that pocket. He's going to be sitting around in the trenches. All he got to do is just step forward, give us 4 or 5 yards so we can keep that ball moving. Tight ends are very important. Who's going to be on the right tackle? Savion Washington. Savion Washington might be the transfer player I am most excited about. Skill players are fun, but games are won in the trenches. So guys, when you hear trenches, it's that line. Those big guys that's on that line. Whenever that line gets exposed, guys, it's never a good thing. If you can open up that defensive line, guys, that running back can run through that gaping hole that they can open up. That's where the battle's won. That's where the battle is at. That's where you want the strongest people to be at. When we talking about the trenches, we talking about those big stocky guys that can move the defense. The common thing is, guys, whenever you're trying to take the ball that way, you need the defense to go this way. You don't need them to go with you, all right? We want the defense to go this way. So you're going to have to get some big guys to take the defense this way so that we can make a little bit of a hole right here for that running back to go that way. And Washington is a hog molly with a capital H. Yo, Tony Casalo's my guy, yo. Tony knows this language. What up, Tony? Standing at 6'4", 8 inches, 320 pounds, Mount Washington will be a valuable piece in rebuilding this offensive line. Tony, talk your talk. Shoot your shot, Tony. I hear you. What? We have Tyler Brown at right guard. Tony said Tyler Brown, right guard. Tyler Brown brings another big body to the test as the junior guard stands at 6'3" 320 pounds. Last year at Jackson State, Brown was the first team All-SWAC and FCS All-American and received HBCU All-American honors. This is more than enough to put him in line for playing time at CU. So guys, I keep telling you guys, so Jackson State is like an association of Deion, Coach Prime, Sanders, okay? So Jackson State is going to continue to win because every time they mention something that is related to Coach Prime, Jackson State is going to be mentioned, especially if Coach Prime wins a chip or a bowl game. Jackson State's name is always going to come up. And what that's going to do is always going to create opportunity for Jackson State. As long as Coach Prime is coaching, trust me, Jackson State did not lose in this transaction. Jackson State is winning. You got to understand, this is a blessing in disguise for Jackson State. All right, we have center Van Wells. Van Wells was named a freshman All-American by Pro Football Focus last year. After spending the first few games on the bench, Wells took over the center position and never relinquished it. Wells has already been seen practicing snaps, doing workouts with Shedeur Sanders. Left guard, Landon Beebe. Landon Beebe is making a big jump going from Missouri State to CU, but Beebe is a former All-Missouri Valley Football Conference performer and was a captain with the Bears. Deion Sanders is known to look for smart, tough, and disciplined players. Beebe fits that bill. Left tackle, I'm just going to call him Gerard Christian. I'm sorry, I'm going to mess up your last name, so we're just going to say Gerard Christian Christian L. Gerard Christian L started the last 8 games of the season last year and only allowed 2 sacks all season, with Tank standing at 6'10". 6'10"? Is he almost 7 feet? I'm not good at math, but 6'10", you're only a few more inches from 7 feet. What you doing on the football field? You should be playing basketball. Stop playing with me and start playing some basketball. Man, 6'10" and 315 pounds. He ain't playing no basketball. He can't get down the court. The Buffaloes will roll out a duo that could help on the gridiron or on the hardwood. Bonus, we have Alejandro Mata at kicker. Alejandro Mata followed Coach Prime from JSU and will be lining up to attempt kicks for the Buffaloes next season. The battle between him and fellow transfer Jace Feely would be one to watch in the offseason, but I believe Sanders' familiarity with Mata would be the deciding factor. So I definitely understand that. Unless Jace comes in here and light it up, Mata is almost automatic. Like, the dude's stats are crazy. He barely misses. So when Coach Prime says on that Monday Night Football, the dude was missing like 4 straight kicks, and Coach was like, he has one job. His only job is to kick, bro. You miss one, I understand. The next one, okay, you get it. But the next one, and then the next one, like, bro, you got one job, bro. You're not doing your job. You're not doing your job if you're missing 4 kicks. We understand people mess up and they may miss 1 or 2, but come on, 4 in a row? Sheesh. Mata is going to be kicking. He's either going to have a backup in Jace Feely, or Feely's going to be the kicker and Mata is going to be... Listen, if Jace Feely becomes the kicker, you know what that's going to mean? That means we're going to have 2 feet. We're going to have feet. Now, we're going to have 2 foots. That's almost automatic. Those are our predictor starters. So remember, these are predictions. These are not set in stone. I have to tell you guys this. Discipline usually wins football, because if these 2 teams are equally matched on the field, they can't move the ball, we can't move the ball. We can't throw the ball, they can't throw the ball. You know what it's going to boil down to? It's going to boil down to discipline. Who's going to jump first? Whoever's going to jump off sides or get too angry and get in somebody's face and get a technical foul, all of those things are discipline. If you watch the NFL and you saw what happened with Mahomes at the end of the game, he was already out of bounds and then the dude went and pushed him, gave him an extra 15 yards. That extra 15 yards made the difference for the kicker, like Mata, to come in and kick. Those extra 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards is going to matter at the end of the day. Discipline at the end of the day can win games. That's why we have so much trust in Coach Prime and his schemes. We know that discipline wins football, and he is the master at discipline. That's what I have for you today on this Monday. Like my church and my former pastor, Tyrone Stevenson in Brooklyn, always used to tell us, guys, have a wonderful week for a purpose and on purpose, guys. I'm Harry B with TLP Sports Club. Rah.